Now to the story of a quiet, studious man from Brooklyn who's doing hard time upstate. He openly admits to assembling ghost guns at his home, which is illegal, but he says his constitutional rights are being violated. Tonight, our conversation from behind prison walls, beginning with the moment his life was upended.
6 o'clock in the morning, you're lying in bed.
Yeah.
What happens?
I hear a bang, and I see underneath the crack in my door, I see like weapon lights flickering back. And I said, ooh.
Hands up. Get out of here right now.
So I said, hello, hello, hello. I'm Dexter Taylor.
My name is Dexter Taylor. Yo, we know your name. Come on, come on.
Why are you looking for me? Because I still thought they had the wrong house. And then they said, yeah, we're here for you.
Police department, search warrant.
April 6, 2022, an elite NYPD unit forces its way into Dexter Taylor's home in Bushwick, Brooklyn.
Come out. Come on. Keep a gun up. Keep a gun up.
Why are you looking for me?
Maybe it's the rifles you got laying around everywhere.
We're in a search warrant at this location.
Yes, sir. I know it's probably real, but can I see it?
It was an hours-long search of Taylor's packed home, found loaded with ghost guns.
Good day. See these rifles? They are dressed to kill.
After a week-long trial earlier this year, Taylor, who's 53, was convicted of second-degree criminal possession of a weapon and other charges. He was sentenced to 10 years for making ghost guns. I met him at Coxsackie Correctional Facility, a maximum security prison in upstate New York.
In your home are 13 weapons, yes?
Yeah.
13 guns.
That sounds right.
What kind of guns do we have here?
All of them were either pistols or AR style, right? I made like, I don't know, a handful of Glock style pistols and I want to say 8 AR style rifles.
These weapons are in the house?
Yes, sir.
They're in a closet? I saw pictures of them. They looked like my suits in the closet. They're stored. They're hanging like on hangers.
That's right, yeah.
You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Taylor is a self-described nerd and tinkerer. He graduated from Stuyvesant High School, studied biomedical engineering for a time at Johns Hopkins University, and later taught himself how to write code. He says he's been fascinated with guns since he was a child. His goal before the arrest, to develop better weapons systems for the police and military.
I have something to offer this industry. Guys like the guys who broke down the door of my apartment, right? Spend a lot of time tuning their weapons. They might be able to use a system like I came up with. I wanted to work with these guys.
How do you think you got on their radar?
I know how I got on their radar. ATF has been driving search warrants around the country by going up to parts manufacturers and saying, run those lists for me.
Taylor had been under surveillance, flagged using his credit card and home address, ordering parts to build weapons. These guns and parts were unlicensed, unregistered, and illegal in New York. Overall, the NYPD says more than 1,000 illegal ghost guns have been recovered since 2022.
Did you have a license to carry a gun in New York City?
I still do have a license. It's called the Second Amendment.
Were your weapons registered?
No such registration is required.
Okay.
So in other words, I know what you're getting at, but
Okay.
you see what I'm getting at.
Okay.
Is that the law of the land supersedes the law of the state.
Do your guns have serial numbers?
No.
So to the people who say, come on, man, you know the law of New York State, you also know the Constitution, you know both of them, but the law is the law, and you're paying the consequences.
The states get to make their own laws, but none of those laws can contravene the Constitution, especially the Bill of Rights.
Didn't fire him, and she never took him out of his house. There's nothing more central to the Second Amendment than the individual right to bear arms in his own home.
Vinu Varghese is Taylor's attorney.
That is the ultimate legal question that's going to go to federal court. We knew we were going to lose the state court. We're going to lose at the mid-level appellate court. We're going to lose it in Albany, in New York State. But then we're going to come right back to Brooklyn in federal court there.
Constitutional law professor Gloria J. Brown Marshall.
The Second Amendment allows for the right to bear arms, but that is not an unlimited, unrestricted right. The right to bear arms, like every right within the Constitution, has to be balanced out with public safety, balanced out with the rights of others.
Taylor has a 16-year-old daughter. He says missing her is one of the hardest parts about being locked up, and says she is proud of his fight.
We watched the body cam video. It ended up very calm.
Yeah.
You know, undoing your shoelaces, put your glasses on your face.
Everyone was calm and respectful. And I played it calmly and respectfully as well.
People that have been convicted of manslaughter, people that have been convicted of molesting children are going to get out earlier than Dexter Taylor, who hasn't harmed anyone.
What do you want ultimately?
I hope that we can compel New York State to abide by the law. Again, the law of the land is clear. I'd like to have my conviction reversed and do what I originally planned, which was to buy some land in New Hampshire somewhere and make a gun lab and go start my second career in the firearms industry.
Most strikingly, Dexter Taylor refused to take a plea deal for 3.5 years. Instead, he ended up with the 10-year maximum. He says he plans to fight it, as you heard, in the federal courts, all based on the Second Amendment. And we will keep an eye on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, clearly a smart guy, right? Stuyvesant and taught himself code.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly.
A true believer.
Complicated issue.
A true believer,
Very complicated issue.
Yeah, like he heard, he said he was going to develop weapons for the police and for the military, and he's going to fight this thing all the way, maybe to the Supreme Court. We'll see.
Resolute in his conviction, for sure. All right, Maurice, thanks.